member and event coordinator for ABLE, Advocacy, Boldness, Leadership, and Empowerment, KSU's Disabled Student Organization. Kyle was also a brother of Kennesaw State's Kappa Phi fraternity, so the 8 adult chapter of Kappa Phi at KSU. During Kyle's tenure at KSU, he maintained several jobs. He has worked as a liaison and an ambassador at a major grocery store chain and the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Kyle is currently a patient greeter at Piedmont Hospital in Atlanta. He works at a public supermarket, manages his caretakers, and runs the Kyle Pease Foundation. That's 4 jobs going now. Kyle enjoys playing a variety of adaptive sports such as soccer, baseball, soccer and baseball. Other important activities include laughing with friends and watching sports. He, of course, competes in marathons and triathlons with his brother, Brent. With the mission of instilling hope and determination in every person he meets, Kyle also wants to help people see the world from a different point of view. Living in a wheelchair is never easy, but no one said life was easy. Through his accomplishment and speeches, he hopes to provide a positive outlook and inspiration for individuals looking for motivation in their own lives. Kyle's message to all.
It gives me goosebumps every time watching that video. I think there's about 600 or 700 views on YouTube for that. I think Kyle and I have about 550 of them. So I want to thank Push America and Mike for having us here this weekend. Really appreciate the opportunity to talk to you guys. Hopefully we're able to provide you guys some motivation, some inspiration for all your continued activities, not just within the fraternity, but outside and the rest of your life. An Ironman is a 2.4-mile swim, a 112-mile bike ride, and a marathon, a 26.2-mile run, 140.6 miles. My brother Kyle is one of the most determined, strongest, toughest athletes that I've ever met. It started a long time ago for us, so we tried all sorts of different sports with Kyle. We tried wheelchair baseball, we tried wheelchair soccer. The problem is in front of all those sports, we had to put the word wheelchair. And that's not what Kyle looked for in sports. In fact, I remember Kyle played with a wheelchair soccer team, and they didn't always have enough kids to play. So on occasion, Kyle's other brother Evan and myself, we had to get in wheelchairs and play with them. And it used to make me feel terrible. You know, it's not fair to these kids. I kept thinking, why do I get to play a sport that's designed for them? But what I didn't realize at the time was that they loved playing against us. They loved beating up the able-bodied kids. They loved making us look foolish in wheelchairs. It was exciting for them. And it's taken us a long time to realize how that's so special. And it really wasn't until we found triathlons together that we really truly learned. And the beautiful thing for us, the wonderful thing about triathlons and marathons, is you can't put wheelchair in front of it. It's a 26.2-mile run together. We have to go through the same things that you guys do. For those of you that have signed up for Journey to Hope or have ever done Marine Corps Marathon, we do the exact same thing you do. We rode 112 miles together. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to kind of relate our journey to our Ironmans, everything you guys are doing. So I'd like to start and talk a little bit about the swim. 2.4-mile swim at the Ironman in Wisconsin, there's 3,000 competitors. And Kyle and I come strolling out to the middle of this lake in a big inflatable kayak, and everybody thinks, well, perfect, I can hang on the kayak and swim out and start grabbing on. And it takes them a few seconds to realize that we're out there competing with them. And the gun goes off, and there's just a mad dash of people, 3,000 people punching and kicking and flying all over the place. And here we are, this boat flying into the middle of the water. And for me, the swim is one of the scariest parts of the day, because I can't see Kyle. In fact, the first triathlon I did, all I heard was screaming. And I kept thinking to myself, my God, he's falling out of the boat. And I turned around and he's smiling and screaming at me to swim, because I swim perfect. I go to the right. So he's telling me to go to the left, so I get back in the middle. We do that together. We're part of a team on the swim. And as we come out of the water, at Ironman, Wisconsin, you have to run up this 4-story helix of a parking deck. And growing up in a house where sports was such a big part of our lives and where sports was something that we wanted to be part of our lives for a long time, running up the helix, I mean, that was coming into the Eagles Stadium for Saturday night playoff football. It was ear-deafening. I mean, unbelievable sounds coming up his heels. And if you've never felt like an athlete, that was the moment right there for Kyle, and honestly for me. You know, sometimes we miss, and Kyle talked a lot about how special it is for him to be an athlete out there with everybody else, but for me, it's the same sensation. And I get to do that with my brother, and that's something very special. And something that we hope to continue to do for a long time. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Kyle and let him talk to you guys a little bit more about what we're doing, our racing, and again, what it is to go out here.
So I'm going to have to